You semi-retired from acting, but you came back to do youth.
Yeah.
Why? And do you miss it when you're not doing it?
No, I don't miss it when I'm not doing it, but I keep retiring. And then something comes up that this youth is by a man called Paolo Sorrentino, who the year before I got the script had won the best foreign film for a movie called Great Beauty, which I loved. And I'd seen all his work without realising I'd seen it. You know, once I looked him up, I'd seen all the movies. And then I got this script, which stunned me because Paolo seemed to me to be on a plane where he wouldn't have heard of anyone like me. You know what I mean? My agent said he's written it for you, and if you don't do it, he's not doing it. Well, I said, well, don't bother to send the script, I'll do it, it's okay. I said, send me the script, and I read it as a sort of, I suppose I'd better read it, because I knew I was going to do it. And it was so fabulous. The problem was it was called, I'm 82 years old, and it was called Youth.
What is it you have against her?
Nothing. I've never even met her.
I've never even met her. You've never even met her, so what?
That's enough.
I'm sorry. I just do not understand what exactly is the problem.
The problem is that I composed the simple songs for my wife, and only she has ever performed them, and only she has recorded them. And as long as I live, she will be the only one to sing them.
Michael, have you changed over the years?
There was a moment, a very specific moment for me when I got a script and I read it and I sent it back to the producer and I said, the part is too small, it's not worth doing for me. So he sent it back to me, he said, I didn't want you to read the lover, I wanted you to read the father. And I suddenly went, oh my God, yeah. I know where I am now. I no longer get the girl. Yeah. You know? And I sort of retired for a couple of years, and I kept getting a load of scripts and not much money, a load of crap. And I was down in Miami Beach, and I was with Jack Nicholson, and suddenly he got a movie, a script. He said, "Do it with me, do it." So I did it, and I came back and started making movies again, due to Jack, who, to me, as a friend, is fabulous, and to work with is one of the greatest actors I've ever worked with. And he brought me out of the slough of despond, as they say. And I came back. You know, I mean, I made 2 movies and I won an Academy Award. So I thought, I don't get the girl, I get the part now.
What do you think is the biggest mistake young actors or inexperienced actors make?
I think thinking that they've got to have a masterpiece every time. Go ahead and do the bloody thing. If it flops, you've had the experience anyway and you've got the money. Yeah. You know, because what happens is I had a friend who should be nameless because of what I'm going to say. And he waited. He always said, you can't do that. It's going to be a load of crap. I said, I've got to learn how to be a movie actor. And he said, well, I'm going to wait, you know. And then he waited for great directors, you know. And every 2 years, some great director would give him a role. And comes Monday morning, he's in front of the camera, and he didn't know what the bloody hell he was doing.
Was there ever a point where you felt out of love with acting?
Oh no, never. I never fell out of love with acting because I watch everybody. You know, I'm the biggest film fan and actors fan. You know.
Who has taught you the most, all of you, about acting?
Marlon Brando. I was a big fan of Marlon Brando's. What he used to do, he was always like this, and he'd be talking, and then suddenly he'd say the poignant bit, and he'd go like that. And he'd just look at you and you go, oh, shit. And I remember my first movie, I did big movie where I had a part with Zulu, and I played a British officer with one of those white helmets, you know. And I had it on, and the cameraman kept saying, push it further back, I can't, the light's not going in. And I said, I'll hold it there and I'll say when the light's going in. So I would say something and I'd say, and what do you think of that?
Did you ever meet Brando?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I was like a young girl with Elvis Presley with Marlon Brando. I was completely overwhelmed. You know, I sort of waited my turn to speak and everything. And
what was he like?
I didn't understand him at all.